Okay, guys. So just wanted to do I say a relatively quick video. Just wanted to, off the back of yesterday, I wanted to do a quick video just on the importance of preparation, and then after this, I'm going to go into a little bit of self-critique, if you like, from yesterday's video that I put up, and it really sort of feeds into this here, and I think we'll highlight some really, really good points for people sort of starting out to be aware of, really. So, importance of planning. Okay, you should be asking yourself some sort of pertinent questions, really, before you sit down and decide to trade. So, number one, do you have sufficient available time? Okay, if you work a 9 till 5, or you do shift work, whatever that may be, when you get back home, okay, you've probably got things to do if you've got family at home, etc. You might have to pick the kids up from school, cook dinner, do all this, or if you're getting in around about that time, you know what, your kids are going to be jumping all over you. Your partner or your wife might want to spend time with you, etc., etc. So you've really got to evaluate what time you've got available to you. Is it sufficient for you to be your best when you sat down? Are you going to have sort of headspace, really, where you haven't got any distractions? You haven't got the kids coming in and out, and the dog needs a walk, and your missus is shouting at you to come and help her do the washing up and all this sort of stuff. Now, there's millions of videos out there telling you about this, but it really is massively, massively important that you consider all these factors that I'm going to mention in this video. There's not too many, so don't worry. Second one, are you tired or hungry? Okay, get in, you do what you've got to do. Have you eaten? Is first and foremost, okay? Um, there's nothing worse than sitting down trying to concentrate if you're starving. Okay, if you're just not going to be at your best. It's the same as if you're tired. If you've just got in from work, or you've been out doing errands and everything else after work, and you get in, you have something to eat, you sit down, you might relax for a little bit. You know what? If you're not on your A game, if you're tired, then yeah, is it worth your time? I guess sitting down, especially if it's an evening and you've only maybe got an hour or so after all that to trade. If you're tired or anything like that, there's no point doing it. What are the conditions you're going to be trading in? Now, when I say that, there's a multitude of things to consider here. So, what type of racing is it going to be? Okay, so if I reference back to my video yesterday, it was all weather racing. Okay, on a Tuesday evening. Now, that could, depending on what time of year it is, that could be turf racing, evening jumps racing, whatever that might be. But you've got to really look at it and say, what am I actually trading here? Okay, or what am I going to be attempting to trade? Okay, what day of the week it is, what time of the day it is. Okay, if it's evening racing on a Tuesday night like yesterday, or a Monday night, or a Friday evening at Dundalk, which is a famous one. Okay, those markets are notoriously poor in terms of liquidity, turnover, everything else. I'm not saying there's not opportunity in them, because there is, but that sort of leads on to the next question here, and that's, are those conditions conducive to your style of trading? Okay, can you jump in and trade all weather markets with poor liquidity? Um, yeah, is what you're looking at going to suit your style of trading? Can you do that? if the answers to questions 1, 2, and 4 are not positive, so you know what, if you haven't really got sufficient time, you know what, you're tired, you might not have eaten properly, whatever that might be. You might be thirsty. You might just, yeah. Kids are jumping, screaming. Your missus is having a go at you because you haven't helped her out, or whatever that might be. Okay, or if the conditions aren't suitable for your style of trading, then the very simple answer is you don't trade. Okay, I'm not going to rattle on through these. I've tried to keep it as simple as possible. Okay, and these sort of things should be blatantly obvious to most people. Okay, but I know, as much as I watched other people's videos on this, listened to them, I didn't. It didn't really sink in. I thought maybe I was different. You know what? Yeah, I was knackered when I got in. I'd get back and I think, shit, there's only 2 hours left in the day to trade. You know what? I'd skip dinner and I'd just crack on, sit in front of the computer screen. Haven't even had a shower or anything at this point, and I just want to get as much trading time in as possible. And it cost me money. Okay, it really did. It cost me money doing all that. And I'd sat and watched people explaining what they'd done, their experiences of it, and yeah, I still want to make the same mistake. So it really is important that you take these factors into consideration. And yeah, like I say, if you can't answer positively for some of these questions, then the simple answer is don't trade. Okay, you're just risking your bank balance. There's no point in it. Okay, so I'm going to move on to a little bit of self critique based on yesterday's videos, and it sort of fits in nicely with what I've been talking about here. So yeah, I'll just flick over to that video now. Okay, so we start off with race one. See here, I'm just analysing the ladders, trying to establish what's going on. Just seeing where each of the runners are in their ranges, etc. And yeah, just trying to get an overall feel for the race. So it's just skipped forward a little bit there, but this is kind of a key point here, because I think I say on the video that my initial impressions would be to lay this favourite at the minute, but I just want to wait for confirmation. Yeah, it's kind of key for me to sort of, understand what I was thinking there. I think it's actually probably there I was saying that my impression is to lay this favourite. But yeah, I just want to see sort of one, preferably two runners at those prices to come in against it. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Haven't got a problem. We come into the 2-minute mark now. I'm sort of expecting a bit of a flurry of money at the 2-minute mark and try and get that confirmation. Now you can see ladder 2 is really pushing to the bottom of its range. Ladder 3 is pushing. Why haven't I got in on this favourite yet? I've waited. Now the big flurry of money didn't necessarily come at the 2-minute like I was expecting, but you can see I just got in then at 385, and yeah, the market started changing at that point. I haven't necessarily got a problem with this trade. You could see there I probably waited a little bit too long, if anything, to exit when it went against me. But yeah, what I have got a problem with now is this next part here. So we're coming up to this part. We're already past post time officially. What am I trying to do here? And I've been guilty of this in a couple of other videos, so you probably notice this. I've got a £1.80 loss, so what? Now, liquidity is not the best at this sort of time anyway, but here's me, and I've got a little bit of reasoning there, so you can see me highlighting that, there's a bit of money built up underneath that. I'm thinking it might be trader money trying to exit and, yeah, get out their position, so there's a bit of reasoning. Ladder 2's pushing down, so that's not going to hurt my chances of getting You know, those couple of ticks matched, I guess, as long as that keeps coming in. But you can see the liquidity at the top, what's being matched, and it's 10s, 20s. It's absolutely nothing in comparison to you know, this favourite's price, etc. And what am I actually trying to do? Scalp out, you know, 20, 30p like difference, trying to, you know, reduce that loss a little bit. And it could have gone horribly wrong. Now, I was quite lucky in this one. I mean, I saved myself 10 pence, which is, yeah, it's just pointless in my view of, you know, going into that trade and doing that past post time. There was just absolutely 0 point in doing it, and I've been guilty of it in the past, and yeah, I've really got to stop doing that. I should have took my £1.80 loss and just forgot about it. I wasn't necessarily unhappy with some of the decisions I made there. I really wasn't. I probably could have been, well, I definitely could have been more decisive early on. Even at the 2 minute mark, what I was looking for was evident. I could have fired a lot quicker and caught a bit of a move. Would I have made much out of it? Probably not, but I'm not that disappointed with this trade, albeit it ended in a loss. Okay, so this video, and this was probably the most interesting, but yeah, the most embarrassing one out of the two, really. So you can see we just opened the market up, and I'm sort of talking over what I'd previously seen, and you know what had changed since I last opened the market up. Now, ladder 1 had drifted quite significantly. Ladder 3 had come in from around about 5.5, I think. And I'm sort of trying to understand here why that's happened. Is it genuine lay money on ladder 1, which has, you know, helped ladder 3 come in, or is it genuine back money on ladder 3? And just fast forward a little bit here, and yeah, I'm sort of saying at this point that I think ladder 1's gone out too far, and I think in last night's video I put a little caption up here to say that ladder 3 was the one to get on at that point, because it had been as low as sort of 3.1, 3.05. I could have got an entry in there with an exit strategy if it had gone through 3 to take a loss, but I would have had a relative sort of safety point at the crossover. And I'm still really fixated on ladder 1 at this point, and I've completely missed ladder 3. So that opportunity gone. You know what? I'd said, should I have backed ladder 1 earlier on? Look at it coming in now, and I'm focused on ladder 3. So, you know what? I missed ladder 3, but I also missed ladder 1. Now I've got another opportunity here on ladder 1. I could have laid here. Ladder 3, you know, still looks fairly strong, although it's drifted back out. It's trading in that range. I could have quite easily got in another safe sort of point at just above the 2.0 with an exit strategy, had it gone through that to get out. And yeah, I could have made money on the way up as well on ladder 1. So anyway, fast forwarding a little bit nearer to the 2 minute mark. Now what's happening here? Ladder 3's sort of starting to plateau. Ladder 2's come through the 4. Ladder 3's starting to push down. What could I have done here? Now it's gone, ladder 2's back over the 4. I'm sort of humming and hawing here, but then it starts pushing. Ladder 3 looks like it's pushing down. So I've got a 2v1. Why aren't I in on ladder 1? Why haven't I got a lay on there? I've got my 2v1 that I was talking about. And I'm not even really, look, I come across to it now, I'm just too hesitant. Signals are there that ladder 1 might drift, and instead, you know, I'm starting to look at it now. I think that, you know, it's just typical of how I was feeling last night, I guess. And yeah, fast forwarded a little bit there, but look at ladder 2 at the minute. Right at the bottom of its main traded range, and I decide, for whatever reason, to enter a lay on ladder 1. Okay, that move on ladder 2's already happened. Okay, is it likely to come past that and push past that? It could, but the probabilities are very low. Ladder 3's sort of plateaued out. Now I've got in my head at this point that, you know, I think that could bounce and come back down, but we're getting right towards the sort of off time as well. And, you know, that any flurry of money that's come into the market has already happened. You know, people are exiting their positions now, and yeah, it's an absolute mess. This video, an absolute mess. I've just got in right at the top on ladder 1 when, you know, the moves have already happened on 2 and 3. I take my loss pretty well here. Just, you know, I realise that I'm not going to get anything out of this. I get out for a 90p loss. It's not the end of the world, but upon reflection, I really made some bad decisions from the point this recording went on to round about now, and this gets even worse. Listen to this. Eyes really, but yeah, I don't know if it's the markets or if it's me at the minute. Honestly, I was sat rewatching the video with a cup of coffee, and I honestly nearly spat my coffee out when I listened to that. You know what? Bitching and moaning about whether it's me or whether it's a market. Of course it's not the bloody market. Now this really surprised me because I thought I was past sort of all that kind of thought process, feeling a bit of a victim, why has it gone against me, etc, etc. And you can clearly see that it was just my own poor decision making. The market had bugger all to do with it. And yeah, that is really a sort of new trader style mentality, where they've gone in, they've done an assessment on a race. You know what? They've done a poor entry, maybe poor exit, whatever it might be. But yeah, it's first thought process is, you know, is it the market? Well, no, the market will do what the market wants to do. The market isn't an entity on its own. The market is you, me, everybody else. That's the market, and it's going to move how it moves. It's got bugger all to do with you know, the market hasn't got anything against you, me, or anybody else who's in the market. It's just going to do what it does. So yeah, I really did. I laughed because I genuinely did think, you know what, you're past all this, son. But clearly, yeah, I've got something to reflect on there, and I hadn't realised yesterday, you know, when I sort of quickly went over the video, just quite what I said. Now I haven't got time to go through all my previous videos, but I'm just wondering whether I've maybe said this before, and I hope I haven't. But yeah, it's interesting to say the least, but in all honesty, it's bloody embarrassing, because yeah, as I say, I thought I was past all that kind of thinking, if you like, and yeah, but clearly I just wasn't in the right clear frame of mind to be trading last night, and it does tie in nicely, I guess, with this video as a whole. That if you're not prepared, if you're a little bit tired, if you're whatever it might be, if the market conditions aren't going to suit your style, all of that good stuff, if that doesn't all align up, then you should not be in the market trading, because you're going to come in, you're going to make poor decisions like you've seen me make, and then God forbid you ever come out with those words, I don't know if it's the market or me. Yeah, it's always going to be you. okay, you can't blame anyone else but you. The market doesn't force you to enter a position. When you do, it's not forcing you to look at, you know, the factors that are influencing your decisions. That is all you. And I'm embarrassed by that comment, but at the same time, you know what? I did say it was going to be a warts and all style sort of series over this month. So yeah, embarrassing as it is, it's good to show it and sort of reflect back on that, and yeah, I guess make a video like this highlighting these points really. So I'm going to leave the video there. Appreciate again, it's another long one, but thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of that. And I'll maybe, if you do like this sort of thing, let me know, and I might do a few more of these where I'm coming in and sort of critiquing or trying to, I guess, point out a little bit better what's going on and what I'm thinking when I'm entering these trades. And yeah. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll probably be back at the maybe Friday. I'm not going to trade Thursday. Maybe do something Friday, but if not, it'll definitely be Saturday. I have got quite a bit on with work this week, so I'm not sure how much free time I'm going to have. But yeah, I will upload when I next do some trading. Okay, see you next time, guys. Thanks.